I'll cover one here. And today we are going to be discussing levels in role-playing games. And, well, let's start off with the concept of the zero level. Alright, for me personally, I think the zero level is just, it's important in some ways and in others not so important. And early on, I thought that the zero level was ridiculous because you exist, right? And then as I got older and I seen more things, I view the zero level as kind of important for the first adventure. The zero level, you should start off with base race traits and minimalist class traits, right? So things that are uniquely you as a zero level fighter, for instance. I believe in that, right? But after your first adventure, you should become adventure tier 1, basically. You have elevated yourself to where you have a more careful understanding of what you are. And I really like the way that Pathfinder 2nd Edition and Shadow of the Demon Lord deal with your ancestries. They develop over time because you're in tune with the core of who you are. And that is something outside of class. That isn't something people can just pick up, you know? That being said, I think that your ancestry should give you more of a passive ability unless there's a magical nature to it. And if there is a magical nature to it, your ancestry should not determine that you are the best of anything, because you see things like Gandalf in Lord of the Rings, and elves have this magical quality about them in the Lord of the Rings. But Gandalf is unique in that he's human and separates himself based on his class, but he still has the fault of the humans, which is why he gives the ring up. So that's sort of a take on my zero level idea. You should be zero level for one adventure, similar to Mutant Crawl Classics or Dungeon Crawl Classics. And I kind of agree with Shadow of the Demon Lord in that after a session, you should be given a level. Now, let's talk about level caps. In this aspect, I really like Shadow of the Demon Lord. And the experience system it deals with, there is none. You adventure to the point where you gain your abilities. I really like a low level cap. I like a level-based system. That being said, though, I like how Numenera and Warhammer 2nd Edition deal with learning things. I think you should have so many upgrades within a level that define you from your peers. And being able to choose those within your segmented levels separates you from others. I really like a level cap of 10. Why do I like a level cap of 10? Because it's understandable where your limits are as an individual. And more so beyond that, it's, say you reach 10th level. You are at the peak of who you are. You're 10 out of 10, right? And that separates you greatly from a 0 level. But with like 20 levels, I feel that there is so much expansion, and the power growth becomes unmanageable at that level. So I like a hard level cap of 10, and any growth beyond 10 should be almost a percentage based system. And what do I mean by that? Like, say you gain a slight advantage, but it only takes place 1% of the time. And then when you're ready for that next growth stage, it adds another percentage. Let's not start it off at 1% though, because you want that character growth. You want that character development, but you want it to be a chance that it happens. So once they acquire probably 7th level, give them a 3%. 8th level, 2% more, so that's 5%. 9th level, 3 more percent. So then we're looking at 8%. 10th level, 2 more percent. So now you have a 10% chance of doing it. And then whenever you, as the game master, feel like granting them this extraordinary ability, like say it's you're some sort of cleric or paladin character, you have a 10% chance on hit to smite, right? Dealing radiant damage in 5th edition, for instance. If that's the case, then when you're ready for that next upgrade, it's an 11% chance, then a 12%, and maybe eventually after it hits 15 or 20%, you go from the D4 additional radiant damage to a D6 instead as the next upgrade, instead of moving beyond that. And I feel in this way, when you acquire to the 25% mark, after the next upgrade after 25% should be from D6 to D8, right? And in that way, you will have additional growth that is not necessarily guaranteed. And you should always feel like your character is in harm's way to a certain extent. And the fear of hit point mountain is a very real thing. Yeah, so those are my thoughts on the level system. Those are my thoughts on the sort of growth I want. And please like, subscribe. Let me know how you feel about this, because so many systems are ingrained into either a level cap of 10 or a level cap of 20. Rift is 15. But I just feel that 10 is nice and even. It's a standard by which things are measured. And I also feel that, oh, it's hot in here. I am sweating. Oh, I also feel like the 0 level is important for starting characters, because they have to realize that their lives are on the line in this profession. And anybody that continues to adventure, they've moved to the next level. Like they are ready for this. Start them off with boring everyday skills and farmer, rat catcher. But you start them off with this, and they evolve and change over time. 0 level is their background level, if you will. Alright, Kyber1 out. Thanks again. Bye.